or call in and leave a message at 936-647 Lone Star Community Radio.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Hello and welcome to the Ticket Stub. We broadcast live every Thursday at high noon on 104.5 and 106.1 from beautiful downtown Conroe, Texas. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube, so check us out there. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @the_Ticket Stub. Shoot us a message, we might shout it out on the air. The Ticket Stub is sponsored by Movie Tavern. Movies never tasted so good, but we do have more sponsorships available. It's a great way to get your word out if you have a local business. But we are a national show as well, available on any podcast platform. Visit irlonestar.com for rates and stats, or drop us a line at 936-647-3776. Also, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on any of those platforms. I'm Chris Appel. Connor is out today, but we have Dick and the man, the legend, Sean K. Thompson is here from Mornings with Lone Star. I'm so excited about this. You have no idea. So I'm a big fan.
No pressure. Thanks.
Yeah.
so this is what this looks like in the afternoon. I always wondered.
Yeah.
Where's the breakfast buffet, Dick?
Yeah.
In the morning show, we have.
I am hungry.
We have breakfast buffets and everything here.
This
groupies. Where are the groupies? You promised me groupies if I showed up here.
Yeah, this would be.
Hey, where's the movie popcorn, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just opened. We got to get it ready. So. But I'm not there either. So.
Did you open at noon?
10:30.
10:30.
So I fibbed. Yeah, I could have brought popcorn. I could have.
Okay, what is the shelf life of movie popcorn?
Oh, it depends on what theater chain you go to, because they will carry it over a couple of days. We pop ours fresh all the time, and at the end of the day, we throw it away and pop fresh in the morning.
That's sad. You throw it away.
Yeah, we do. We do actually.
All those happy dreams that could have been happening while eating popcorn, thrown away.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a 24-hour movie theater?
It depends on what movie's out, but yeah, it's happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you stayed
Times
open?
Square has a few, but
No.
Are they really 24 hours?
Well, the kind of movie theater is not going to be showing Goodwill Hunting. They'll be showing
adult
Goodwill
movie theater.
They'll be showing Goodwill Humping. Now, Changi Airport
you
in
go.
Singapore has a 24-hour cinema with several screens, and it's free. And it's great because you're in Singapore for 6 hours stuck at this airport
Why is it free?
because they just run the movies 24/7. That way, for travelers.
Oh, it's for travelers
Yeah.
specifically?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're stuck in a layover, I went in and I got to watch Get Smart in like 14 different subtitled languages underneath it.
I didn't realize Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks. That was Mel Brooks' show. He wrote that original one.
Yeah, Mel Brooks co-created Get Smart with Buck Henry.
Okay, yeah.
So
That's
Carl
cool.
Reiner wasn't part of that, but yeah, that's how that got started.
And that was Don. What was his name?
Don Knotts. No, Don Adams.
Yes.
Don Knotts was
Okay.
Mr. What's his name from Three's Company, and Barney Fife.
Mr. Not Roper. Is
Yeah.
it? Yeah, Mr. Roper. Okay. All right.
They're really showing y'all's age.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no! The Ropers were the other people, the husband and wife team.
Oh, were they really?
Yeah, and then they got replaced. They got their own spinoff show, The Ropers. And that's
Oh, yeah, you're
that's
right,
when
yeah.
Don.
Okay.
Don-
Sorry, we got to
Move
include
on.
Dick.
Move
Dick,
on.
Dick, how are you doing? How
What's
you doing
next?
Did you miss me this morning, Dick?
No, actually, what's weird is we had a bunch of people messaging the station going, like, asking or questioning, like answering a question. And like, where's Facebook? Where's this? What's going on?
See, I told you we had listeners. I told you.
I was a little disappointed that we didn't do anything like, hey, we're going to have a replay. But we like to keep it a mystery, you know?
That's right. Little roulette. Are we going to have a live show or not?
That's
today?
how I treat the ticket stub. I have no idea what we're going to talk about today. I did see
I was
Midnight
sweating this one.
Express.
Oh, no.
I have no idea
I
what
saw
to expect.
Midnight Express, which, by the way, pretty crazy.
What could be crazy about a Turkish prison movie?
The fact that a lot of that stuff didn't happen. I was very depressed after I read like more about this guy
Mhm.
because not like a lot of it didn't happen.
Well, yeah, it makes for a boring movie otherwise.
Yeah, no one got their tongue chewed out.
Mm.
I was really disappointed at that fact because that's actually why I watched this movie. I was listening to a podcast and they were describing, he's like flipping channels and he's like, yeah, on TMC, I saw this dude get his tongue chewed out. And I'm like, what movie's that? And then That's where Midnight Express came into my life.
You're a sad.
Well,
sick man.
I cannot wait to hear about that
Is
later.
he giving CPR? Looks like he's getting CPR. Oh!
Roadhouse. Lots to get to today. We've got movie news, and we're going to rewind some of the movies that we watched last week. Midnight Express. I watched Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. And Sean, which one did you?
I thought I'd go with Prince of Darkness.
Okay, cool. And then after we do that, we're going to interview Sean because he's got an extensive background in the film.
He's an actor.
in
He's a
television
director.
industry.
He's a writer. He's pretty much everything
Yeah.
besides a makeup artist. Unless,
Gotcha.
He's probably going to be the most interesting person we've ever had on the show, I think.
well, yeah.
I think so.
Boy, what barrels have you been digging through to find
Hey,
me
we've
at the
had
bottom?
some good guests. We have.
That's what makes them interesting. They're at the bottom.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And finally, we're going to play a game of plot summary challenge. That's where we each
Are
will
we
give
giving the game names now? Because I feel like we've had so many. We need to let the listeners know we're playing
Yeah,
plot
this is
summary
plot-
challenge.
Yeah, this is plot summary challenge. It's the name of the-
Cool.
yeah, it's the name. That's what we called it like the last 3
Oh,
times.
I have no idea. Well, I mean, we're not making it an official name though. Because we
Okay.
can make like
Well,
we
we-
can make like a zinger. You know, it's like when you say we're gonna play plot summary challenge,
You-
when you hit it, and
You
it's
need
like,
a plot summary challenge.
yeah, something like that.
I can work that up,
Yeah,
probably.
because you're really good at making those voices.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it definitely won't take anything away from the show. But if you want to interact with us, go to our Facebook Live feed or our Twitter at @_ticketstub to interact with us throughout the show. If you've got a question for Sean for a little later, we'd love to hear it. And we're also going to give away 2 tickets to the Grand Theater.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's not too bad. We're going to start off with movie news. So this week, there's an article on CNN that Scarlett Johansson, I'm starting to be like you. I can't say the names right. Scarlett Johansson has been cast as a transgender man in her new movie called, drumroll, Rub and Tug. Can we say that?
It's the name of the movie.
The name of the movie.
Yeah.
Well, that's the name of the movie.
You just did. If we're still on the air, let us know.
Well, we're not talking about things Sean has done in the movie industry. Okay.
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 Covered
Good.
that one.
So anyway, the article's basically, I guess there's some uproar in the transgender community that maybe they should have chosen a transgender actor or actress.
Well, you know what's funny is right when I saw this article, it reminded me of Tiptoes, the movie we did a group rewind with,
Yes.
where they make Gary Oldman play a small person,
Right.
and Peter Dinklage was in the movie, and I go, I feel like this role could have been perfect for a small person instead of Gary Oldman getting on his knees and putting shoes on him and pretending to be small.
Yes.
And it was really, it's an awkward movie to watch because at the end of it, you're like, yeah, they totally could have just put a small person in this role. Like, that makes sense. There wasn't something that you needed phenomenal range of acting. It was just a brother. He played a brother role, which was good. And
He was going for an Oscar, I think. And
Yeah,
then it just
totally.
totally backfired.
what made it even worse is part of it was funded by an organization that represents small people. And I was like, can you imagine not putting the lead character as a small person? Like, you know, the actors of the small people, there's a community of that. In a sense, I mean, I bet you there's an agent that does all small people. And it's like, why aren't you doing this? So I don't really know how I feel about it. I got to see the movie first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my
Well,
sense on it.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
My sense on it is that gay men have been playing straight roles for decades.
Mhm.
So
And vice versa, right?
yeah, but I mean, think about it. Before people could come out of the closet, the Rock Hudsons of the world, they play the straight, literally play the straight man. So they were playing. You're playing a role. So because it happens in theater all the time too. Jonathan Pryce was just raked over the coals because they put him in Madame Butterfly.
Mhm.
And oh no, we need a real Asian, not some guy with eye makeup on. It's a role. I'm all for interpretation.
Well, would you say I get that it's a role because the way I see it is you're limited to your resources.
Mhm.
So if you have the power to put a person like Scarlett Johansson into a movie, I feel like your resources aren't as limited as say, hey, we do a small production theater here in downtown Conroe. We don't have any Asian people here. We put eye makeup on, but no one bats an eye at that because they've done that before. Like when they did Anna and the King,
Mhm.
and you had Jeff Baldwin play the King, who clearly is not Asian or Indian or
Yeah, and neither was Yul Brynner in the movie.
So But that was also back in the day when they didn't have that many resources because they were racist.
Right, but here's the thing. What's the name of this movie?
Rub and Tug.
Rub and Tug. Would you see Rub and Tug if
Scarlett Johansson wasn't in the movie?
Yeah, she wasn't in the movie. If it was a transgender man.
You know what's funny? Right when you said that title, I was like, I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
But
I saw it on Cinemax just last night.
That was my feeling about this. This is 100% about wanting to get people to come see the film. If this is an unknown actress, transgender or not, your box office gross is going to be non-existent, especially with a movie like this, a story that nobody knows. You put a bankable star in there.
Well, think about this. I wonder. I bet there is. I bet there's a movie out there that had a message of a movie to put up a topic that people don't like talking about. Like, is there a movie about a gay man who's played by a straight dude, but the message was so powerful, people liked it because it represented something they didn't know about the gay culture?
Yeah, Will and Grace.
So
Eric McCormick is straight.
Yeah.
In Modern Family, the gay married couple, there's Mitch and Cam. Eric Stone Street is straight.
So, like, to me, and it can work both ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see, like, no one really cares about that because it helps the community. So maybe this could be an opportunity for that community to say, hey, let's see what the movie's about. The title I'd work on. But, you know,
it's questionable title.
But no, again, that's part of. Would you see if it was called the transgendered man story?
What was that movie Guy Pearce was in that he dressed up with a bunch of other famous actors? I think John Hurt was in it. And
you talking about Tu Wong Fu?
No, that was Patrick Swayze. Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar.
Yeah.
And then there was another one that Terrence.
But like it gave more light to people who are drag queens. It's an old movie.
Yeah, there were two that came out. Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, and then the other one,
The Adventures of Priscilla,
Queen of the Desert.
Oh yeah.
So that to me, like that was one of those revolutionary movies in the sense of a broader audience going, let's expose this broader audience to this.
And they needed the shtick of having hetero men play these roles to get Patrick Swayze and to get John Leguizamo and to get Terrence. He played General Zod in this original Superman movie. He played in it. These are hetero men, but they brought in the star attraction. It all gets down to the title. You know, even John Carpenter said if Halloween had been called The Babysitter Killer, it wouldn't have made a single penny.
Mm-hmm.
It's the name Halloween.
Well, we work on the name here first. That's what we would say.
No,
like,
I think Nip and what's it called?
Rub and Tug.
Rub and Tug.
Yeah,
I would watch it based on that. I want to see it. I'm not.
Are you sure we haven't already seen this movie?
I'm sure in some fashion we probably.
I'm looking it up real quick.
All right, we're gonna move on here. Movie Pass last Friday had a.
It's already a movie.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's several versions of it. I'm sure.
No, I think it's like a legit movie, not a porn movie.
Okay.
Rub and Tug.
Yeah, a new manager of a full body massage parlor must make sure his employees do not grant favors for clients.
You sure it's not the Rum Tum Tugger from Cats?
People also search for Jet Jackson the movie.
Oh wow! I was
what
searching
are
for that.
Teenage space vampires? Yeah, this is really weird. All right, next news.
Anywho, Movie Pass had an outage last Friday night, right during the primetime set, like the busiest set.
Is this their first week of doing the surge pricing?
They have not done surge pricing yet. It's coming.
Okay, we'll get
to my knowledge. But so then they said they're going to refund anybody's tickets who were, I think it was like 3 hours or something, but it was right at the peak time, and they're going to refund anybody's ticket that they bought a ticket. Not using Movie Pass, but the articles that they've had out, I think Movie Pass needs $1.2 billion to continue to stay afloat, even though the CEO says, I'm not worried about it. Everything's all good. Is there a chance that they did this on purpose?
Can you explain Movie Pass? I want to make sure I have.
Oh man,
Movie Pass, you pay like $9.95 a month, and you can supposedly watch unlimited amount of movies in a month's time.
Okay.
There's some limitations, and it's participating theaters. So it's not any theater. You can't just show up. You have to use the app. The app will tell you what is eligible and what you can do for that day.
But I can conceivably watch 30 movies a month for a total of $9.99.
Yes.
Depending on which movies I want to see.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So do you think they did it on purpose, hoping that, well, not everybody is going to ask for a refund? Maybe we recouped a little bit of money there. I'm not accusing them of doing that, but I mean, it was Ant-Man and the Wasp opening, pretty big opening.
Well, I mean, you're faced with a customer service kind of thing, and this happens to companies all the time. But then you're also faced with like how do you present this as PR? Because what amazes me about people who are upset and don't really understand the movie pass, I'm like, why even ask those questions? I'm paying $10 a month to go see unlimited movies, basically. More movies than I would ever go see at the movie theater.
Right.
Why am I complaining? Like, I think,
that's what I'm saying. Could they have done this on purpose, knowing that fact? Like maybe they could recoup some of the 1.2
no, I don't think
billion.
I don't think they're trying to do that. We've already talked about their CEO and what their plan. Their plan isn't to make cash money. Their plan is to get investors to invest in this business model, similar to what Amazon did with books at the very beginning. Like, do you think Amazon was worth their stock price? Do you think they had that on hand?
That's what
do you
he's
think
saying.
they had their inventory at the time? No, they didn't have that many books.
Right.
So they had a value in what they're trying to do.
Well, he had.
So I think that's what he was doing with this.
In
business.
in January, the stock was $32, and as of yesterday, it was 17 cents a share. So it's scaring Wall Street, is what.
Well, clearly, but
if it was done on purpose, if nothing else, people are talking about it. No one talks about the planes that land safely every day, and so if this hadn't happened, there would not be a single news story about it.
Well, MoviePass has it like every week. There's something bashing.
Mike,
it's
there's
awful.
nothing good to balance it out. Then
Right.
I think it's because you don't want to say, yeah, we crashed. If you have like something bad happen, people are forgiving on, let's say, something crashing, or like you go to a movie and the sound's messed up. That's forgivable as long as the management or someone is there to go, hey, we feel bad. Here's free popcorn.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's $3 off
Chris
your
does
next
that.
movie.
He gets free popcorn really easily.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
we
because
give
it's got a shelf
a
life of
ticket.
4
We give a
years.
ticket.
But if they did like what United Airlines was guilty of in the last couple of years, is saying, well, you just got to suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
That's where people become unforgiving. So a lot of it depends on what MoviePass's response to this was.
Well, their customer service is almost non-existent because we have people that come up to the theater all the time and they say, hey, well, I've tried to contact MoviePass through Twitter, like they say, and we don't get any response. Some people they're getting responses just this week from last
my
December.
Conspiracy theory is this is a test of their customer service. So either you could
They're
say
failing the test.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're going to see how does this come about? Because if you think about it, how many people actually stood in line, got up there, and said, "Oh, this doesn't work. Well, I'm not going to see a movie. Then see you later." And they leave.
It happened.
So,
I gotta say,
so
it's a
those
coin
people,
toss.
those people won't call.
Right.
But people who said, "You know what? I'm going to see this movie because I really like Paul Rudd," and then like they paid. And then it's like I said, it's the process. So
And then they may or may not request a refund, depending how big of a
but
deal
how
it
do
is.
they do it? How do they handle the refund?
They are supposed to contact them through their customer service.
Again, see, like,
And that is,
might be
I
a
believe,
test.
that
It's
is
like-
only through Twitter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, that's a bad idea right there.
So
Yeah.
To have customer service be on one platform. You want to hear
Yeah.
a voice. You want to have a live chat.
well, now they don't want to give you a phone number. That's what I'm been realizing about any type of customer
Yeah.
service.
But they replaced that with a live chat.
well, no, like they just don't want you to talk to anybody. They go check out our community forums.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
I don't think they planned for this to happen. If they did, it was incredibly misguided because I think the bad press is outweighing the good press.
And also
Yeah.
might be a faulty error of trying to do the surge pricing. Their new technique now, Sean, is to make more money off the $10 that you're paying is you pay a surge price depending on when you're seeing the movie.
Mhm.
So if I'm seeing a movie at 7 p.m. on the opening day, I'm going to pay an extra $3. But it'll tell you, like on the app, you're going to pay an extra $3. Do you want to do this? And
I believe you're going to find 98% of the people are going to say no.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I remember when video stores were first starting, before Blockbuster, everyone had a video store in every corner. And there was this one guy, he had a commercial. He was local in Houston. And it was member price, non-member price, Friday night, 2-night, and people are like, no, how much a day for the movie?
Right.
I don't want to be a member. It doesn't matter if I get it for half price if I sign this document. I want to walk in, pick out this movie, and bring it back in 2 days for the same amount of money. And so surge pricing, excuse me, if you're with Uber or something, I can see it because they're
no, it's the same idea. I don't see a problem with that.
but people are willing to spend a little more for convenience of driving. But to go to a movie, it's like, I'm already paying $10.
Well,
Why
but
would I pay-
Well,
they-
they've already signed up, and then they're announcing this additional feature. That doesn't seem to really be fair to the consumer.
I bet they're working on a deal where it's like you pay $10 a month, or you can have no hassle, no surge pricing, $25.
Yeah, but how many more changes to this deal before it's just?
I mean, again, like I said, you're paying $10 to see unlimited movies.
But
But it
people-
doesn't matter because that's what they're promising. That's what they're promising you to provide. And when it goes down, or then they all of a sudden want to do surge pricing,
Yeah.
from a customer standpoint,
it's also
that would
that-
just
but you're-
drive me
you're-
up the
you're-
wall.
Well, you're arguing something that is so specific to each user, because I would be interested to see the data. Because if I have unlimited choices to go see a movie, I'm never going to go see a movie at the same time every day unless that's in my habit. Now, if I'm a moviegoer, me personally, I had Movie Pass, I would not go see a movie at 7 p.m. on Friday night, because why would I want to deal with that? But I would definitely go every Saturday, Sunday morning at 10:30, which I won't be affected by surge pricing. But it's also when your clients available to go do this, and how often do they really go?
to me, it gets down to what was the initial like tagline for Movie Pass?
It was $7.95, unlimited movies, as much as you can watch.
Period. Okay,
Yes.
so hell, I'll buy that. Then it's like, okay, well, 3/4 of the movies, not Disney. Well,
Right.
okay, I
Yeah.
can do it. Well, now for search price. Here's the
Yeah.
thing: are we all on Amazon Prime?
I am not.
Okay, so I got my first year, first 3 months for free, and then I canceled. I was like, I can't handle $100
Mhm.
up front. It was Christmas time. They said, well, can you handle $10 a month
Mhm.
for the next year? I'm like, yeah, it's more money, but you
Yeah.
know we can do it. And I do it for the 2-day shipping and some sweet deals.
Right.
And they've raised the price a little bit, and as part of doing business. But if they suddenly said, okay, for Amazon Prime, so you pay $10 a month, but for another extra $5 a month, we'll give you 1 day, things.
Right.
No, it's like, I want my $10 a month.
Yep.
This is what I signed up for. So Movie Pass, they've already raised it from $7.95 to $10.
Mhm.
So if they want to make more money, instead of doing the surge pricing, they say, you know what, we just got to raise it up another $2.
Well,
For everybody.
That's
And everyone can deal with that.
Yeah.
People say, okay, it's the cost of doing business. But if you start introducing surge pricing, it gives away the whole, wait, no, I'm paying $10 a month to watch unlimited movies. They've already cut out 30% of these movies because they're Disney or opening night. Now you want to pay me even more because I want to do it on a Saturday at 7:00. They're going to lose a lot of people on that.
Well, that's one thing I was amazed about the history of Movie Pass, where it first came out was $50 a month, unlimited. And then they started changing it. It started going down.
Because no one bought it.
Well, I mean, they're trying to figure it out. But then again, like, is there a market for moviegoers to pay a flat rate? I call it like a streaming based fee. You know, like people will always be attached to something that is a flat fee every month. They're okay with paying for that.
Mhm.
And you're just kind of find where's the good point, where's the bad point. $50 bad. Where's the good point for both customer and business? And I'm surprised they went all the way down to $10 immediately. I would have done $40,
Oh, yeah. Well, that makes sense.
and then I would just kept kind of going down just to see where do we get more. But then you have to refund so many people because they paid the $50.
Well, now, if
Mhm.
cinemas in general instituted surge pricing or general admission,
Yeah,
then it's a forgivable offense. But you just do it half the price. Basically, let's say, I go to the cinema and it's Saturday night. It's Saturday at 7:00. So your ticket's $15, but we got to add $3 surge price to that. Then if I have a Movie Pass, it needs to be $1.50 surge price. It needs to be less than, because the whole point of signing up to any kind of special program, a rewards program,
yeah.
or an app or something, is that I'm getting something that you're not getting, that Bob who just walks up. And so if I'm getting charged a surge price and Bob who just walks up to the ticket booth isn't, even though he's paying more for his ticket, I'm not a fan of that. And so I
Well,
just
I mean,
think it's kind of
the
ill-advised.
benefit of Movie Pass opposed to other people's programs is Movie Pass, I think, is the only program available across different theaters. Because AMC might do their own.
So it's not like
you can
specific to.
Yeah, you look at your app and there's probably, I think here in the Montgomery County area, there's like 6 theaters. They're all different.
It's most theater
that's the
companies
benefit
taking it.
of doing that, opposed to going with AMC's program, because AMC, you can only do it at AMC's.
Mhm.
And, say I'm traveling for work. I bet Movie Pass is like a favorite thing for people who travel, because it's like, hey, I'm in New York this week.
Mhm.
I'm in, LA this week. I'm in Houston this week. And it's like, oh, Movie Pass, boom, already taken care of. I don't have to worry about it.
But how many are that? It's convenience.
But you still have to pay for parking on the West Lane theater. Okay, folks? I'm just letting you know. We've
the one West Lane and like Dunleavy or something?
Yeah, that's the
Are you kidding me?
You still have to pay for parking there, folks.
Oh, boy. Well, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we are going to rewind the movies that we watched this last week. The Ticket Stub is brought to you by Movie Tavern. Movies never tasted so good. Stick with us.
Let's begin now.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
A Lone Star Community Radio is looking for those who are interested in hosting their own talk show with monthly and weekly slots available on Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1, and on irlonestar.com. Start your own podcast, create your first YouTube channel, and be on TV. Contact Lone Star Community Radio online at irlonestar.com or call the station message line at 936-647-3776 to take your first step into the radio world.
The Ticket Stub is brought to you in part by Movie Tavern, with 2 locations serving the greater Houston area. 18359 Tomball Parkway, just north of Willowbrook Mall, and 9630 FM 1960 Bypass West, across from Deerbrook Mall. The Ticket Stub is sponsored by Movie Tavern. Movie Tavern. Movies never tasted so good.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone, addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information. Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
Let's begin now.
Welcome back to the Ticket Stub. Before the break, we discussed movie news, casting non-transgenders in transgender roles. Movie Pass getting some bad press. The Ticket Stub is sponsored by Movie Tavern. Movies never tasted so good. So, it is that time for our rewind. It happens every show. We all talk about a movie we saw last week. So, Sean,
I can just start this off.
Well, if you don't mind, yeah, we're sure, Ken. We'll start with you in honor of you being here.
Okay, you got to guide me through this. Let me know if I'm too long or too short on this.
Dick, you want to go? Or
I'll give an example.
Okay.
I saw Midnight Express. It was good.
I can do that.
No, I'm just kidding. I saw Midnight Express. It is a I just lost it because I'm seeing it's 1978 British-American prison drama. It was directed by Alan Parker and more importantly, written by very young Oliver Stone.
Oh, wow.
It is based off of a nonfiction book. Crazy. Billy Hayes, and that's not Billy Hayes who we know. The
Willie Mays Hayes.
Is that what? I thought it was Billy Hayes.
No, you're talking about Billy Mays.
Billy and Willie.
Billy Mays, the OxyClean guy.
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, yeah.
OxyClean guy.
He passed away.
Former. Yeah. Well, anyway, Midnight Express. It's a nonfiction book. It's about a young American who tries to smuggle hashish out of Turkey, and he gets caught, and he goes to Turkish prison. And of course, you can expect it's one of those harrowing tales of being in a Turkish prison in the 70s.
I would say so. That would be a harrowing tale.
So it starred Brad Davis, Randy Quaid, John Hurt.
Oh, Randy Quaid.
So there's some and they're all younger, so it was really nice. It's actually really weird to see John Hurt in the movie because he still played like an old guy, and I was like, man, this is like 40 years ago. Has he always been old? And that's just my joke on that one. But what was strange about the movie, and this is something that most tales of like warning, because it felt very like that, like don't do this in other countries, folks, is they kept trying to make me feel sorry for this guy. Because, stuff happened to this guy. But I was like, but he broke the law. Like, it wasn't like he got tricked. Like, he literally tried to sneak hashish out of the country. He knew what he was doing. He duct taped it or whatever to his chest.
Hashish is marijuana.
I think it's hash. I think it's how you're supposed to say
it's
it.
Marijuana.
Yeah, it's illegal. Who cares what it is, but it's legal.
It's a Schedule 1.
So, but no, Turkey, it's rape and everything else they can do to you in prison. That's what that is.
Oh, wow.
But I would say the movie was really well made. The score was really interesting. The whole feel of the movie is disgusting. It's great. Well, because it's a bad subject. But like again, the strange thing to me is that at the end, I was like, man, I could really go like with the empathy here. But like he literally knew what he was doing, so it wasn't something that I was like, I feel really sorry for this guy, even though like horrible things happened to him and unjustified things happened to him. But at the end, I was like, man, like it's sad. But
did Randy Quaid do any of the raping?
No.
That seems weird. You'd think he would.
He would have hopped. So,
but even more disappointing in the film was afterwards. Like that was a really interesting story. This is based off a true story. This dude escaped jail. It had everything you needed in a movie. It had a girlfriend. It had drugs. It had really weird sex stuff. And then it had a guy biting a tongue out of a guy's face. That was great. But then it had a prison escape. So I was like, man, this is true. This is crazy. I looked it up. Like half of it was true. Like he really did escape, but he didn't bite anyone's tongue. And apparently he said that he's smuggled hash before out of Turkey. So it's like, I don't feel sorry for this guy. And but the escape part was pretty surreal to me, and that was kind of neat to see that actually working, because I don't see that working today, mainly because of technology and all that kind of stuff. But
oh man, the guy just escaped like a couple weeks ago. Like got busted out of prison. I forget where it was, and they landed a helicopter like in the prison.
Yeah, he was a French gangster.
Yeah, and then he just like ran out and got in the helicopter.
Well, like
it was right out of a Michael Mann movie.
Yeah.
Well, like in the movie, he literally kills somebody, and then all of a sudden it's like the door's open. He's like, "Oh, I can just walk out." I don't know if that really happened in
Could have been a hashish dream, maybe.
So
was the filmmaker trying to? Did the filmmaker have the agenda to make you want to feel sorry for this guy?
Yes, I would say so. Mainly because he added some elements that it's easy to like. The girlfriend wasn't real, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like a sad. Those are the sad moments because he was with her when he got arrested, and then she came and visited him and gave him money to like get out of jail and stuff like that. Like that didn't really happen that way, so I didn't really feel. I mean, like again, like I was like, man, this guy is just
like a forced acceptance of it. Because I'm not a fan of that. You have movies like Sean Penn and Dead Man Walking, where he's a murderer son on death row. And sorry, but everybody finds Jesus on death row. So this whole thing about, oh, you're feeling sorry for him. It's like, no, he's rightfully convicted to die.
And like even this Billy the Man, who's based off it, he even said he didn't like the film because it portrayed all Turkish people like as bad. And like even the antagonist wasn't real. Like the guy, like the guy who he murders in the end to get out of jail. Like it showed a couple guards being really mean to him. And like, of course, you're gonna hate that one guard, who's really mean to him, and he gets his in the end. But again, I was like, man, it's really hard to be like, yeah, what a great tale of survival. And then again, it's like, was Turkish prison really that bad then? Because it was bad. Like the way they showed stuff, I was like, if it's half as bad as what they're showing, that's rough. But again, like I think it was also during a time period where people weren't really aware about international things, and they even said that it was quoted that they showed this movie for I think like 20 years to anyone traveling like in the army or whatever that's going to be working in foreign seas. Like they showed this movie.
Oh, wow.
Don't end up like Billy.
Well, yeah, like don't do anything illegal in a country, basically.
Yeah.
And
a lot of Americans don't realize that they're subject to that country's laws, not theirs.
Yeah. And yeah, this guy, he directed musicals. He did Fame, Pink Floyd, The Wall. This is the director of the movie, and like so, yeah, it was directed nicely. Some parts felt like a TV movie, but then when the tongue gets bitten out, you're like, man, this is crazy. And then other bad stuff happens to him. But
So thumbs up, thumbs down.
I would say for historical reasons, like, you know, it was just a classic movie. I would say, and if I'm rating it as a classic movie, it's a B-.
That's not bad.
So it's not like a film school worthy kind of thing, but it's still one of those, someone who's in film school will be like, yeah, you may want to check this movie out.
Cool.
Because, you know, I'm a film school kind of.
Well, Sean, I'm excited to hear about yours.
I also rented it, just so people know, on Amazon.
Oh,
So you
yes.
can't go stream it or anything
Right.
like that.
Okay. Can I borrow it?
Can you do that?
Did you
I rented it on Amazon.
Oh, the Amazon Video.
Yeah,
yeah.
just give them your login.
We don't do that
Oh, okay.
after the show.
Good thing no one's listening. Okay, so I chose Prince of Darkness, which is a 1987 John Carpenter movie. I'm first and foremost a writer of the things that I do, and I love it when a script exceeds my expectations. I saw this movie when it first came out in 1987, and so it's held its own over the last 31 years. A little dated. Basic premise is John Carpenter, who I've always felt he can, if he were given the budget of a Steven Spielberg, he could do great things. But he's master of doing it on a lower budget. Creep Show, The Thing, which is genuinely one of the most terrifying movies anyone's ever seen, with the most perfect movie ending in the history of movies. The Thing. The Fog. You know, I still freak out every time there's a fog rolling. And Prince of Darkness, he took a chance on it. If those who aren't familiar with the plot, and it's hard to kind of like nugget this down to the TV guide summary. You find out that the son of Satan has been for millions of years trapped inside this canister that the Catholic Church has been hiding out, and that there's this huge honking, Titans used to roam the earth, and that it's trying to get out. And so it's in the basement of this church, and they're trying to prove it scientifically. So all these scientific students come, and it gets out and starts possessing people. And the goal is to bring the devil, for lack of a better word, into our world through a mirror. That's the basic premise. So you got people being possessed, mirror image stuff, but you have Donald Pleasance as the priest who realizes everything's a lie. The whole church and religion and everything is based on a lie, that you have the original text that say, Jesus was an extraterrestrial who came to Earth with scientific formulae to prove this, but the original church killed him to keep it quiet, and they took over. So there's a lot of humor in it, a surprising amount of humor to ease the tension. You actually have some guy whose life is in mortal danger, and he decides to tell a Jewish mother joke to break to kind of keep himself sane at that moment. Great ending, typical John Carpenter ending. It could go one of two ways. I got this on Blu-ray, and it has it's the best version. They've done movie versions of it where they slice it up, and there's even a version where you think the whole thing is in this guy's head. He's dreaming the whole time. But it does feature a cameo with Alice Cooper.
Okay. Playing
a homeless guy who if you've ever seen the Alice Cooper bicycle stabbing trick, it got its start on this movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Where someone gets impaled on half of a bicycle. So pound for pound, it's incredibly entertaining. It's schlocky. Don't get me wrong. It's very schlocky, but it's got a version of time travel, religion, devil, mirror work, just all kinds of stuff. I give it 2 thumbs up very much, because it's a great popcorn movie.
Awesome. And that was, what year was that again?
87.
87. Okay. Okay. So we got 87, 78. Well, I'm doing one from 2018.
Okay.
This is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And this new thing I got was I like to read it.
I feel like we left off the other Jurassic World that it already fell.
What?
It was falling.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
You ever watched the other one?
Yeah, I watched the other one.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, everything was like coming apart.
Yeah, well, this is even more coming apart.
Okay.
Well, I do this thing where I like to read like reviews from other people because I'm terrible at doing rewinds. So I like to fill that up with this other stuff. But all right, so Edward Johnson Ott from Nouveau News Weekly said, Pratt deserves better than this paint-by-number silliness. Tim Martin from the Mercury says, the plot is clumsily spelled out through a hysterical series of exposition scenes that are as lazy as they are cliched. Mad scientists, would you like to explain it from here? Matthew Pichkovic from Matt's Movies Reviews struggles to drudge through a bog of nonsensical character decisions and eye-rolling social justice warrior messaging to make for a frustratingly pretentious blockbuster of little entertainment value. I can't even believe I got through that. That is very wordy. Lots of adjectives in there. Anyway, and Bob Grimm from the Reno News and Review says it is unforgivably dumb. I agree with these guys, honestly. This
Really?
movie, yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff that they lost from the other Jurassic movies. Chris Pratt is extremely funny, and they just did not even use him for that whatsoever. Like there's pretty much no funny moments. It's lost its excitement and the fun. It's just very dark. You know, I went back and I watched Jurassic Park 3 this week, which is most people consider the worst of the Jurassic movies, and it was 10 times better than this movie. And I had not seen it. And even with the computer generated effects are better in Jurassic Park 3 than they are in this current one. Yeah. And I think that's because they don't use practical effects anymore, which I love. Jurassic Park 3, you know, whenever the dinosaurs were standing still, it was a giant animatronic like T-Rex that they used. And they just don't even do that. There's a couple, I think there's a T-Rex like on a trailer on the boat. And I think that's practical effects, but you don't really see it that much. So, those are some of the negatives of it. Bryce Dallas Howard should just not be in either of these movies. I don't understand that casting whatsoever. I've never really. She was good in Lady in the Water. I'll give her that. I liked her in that. But as far as this role, I don't know. I think it could be somebody a little more magnetic. And like I said, the original Jurassic Park effects look 10 times better than this. So that's my take of it. It got 51% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's pretty generous. I'm not sure. And I went back and I watched Jurassic World, the prequel to this one, and it was better, but it was still. I mean, both of these movies.
Do you see their direction with this to be more kid oriented?
No, it's not kid oriented at all. Not at all. I don't know who it's for.
Well, was the plot heavy or was it just simple?
No, it's plot heavy. It's plot heavy.
Really?
I don't want to give anything away, but there's a lot of stuff that was just there that, I mean, that we should have known about in the original Jurassic Park movie, but it just, you know, never came up over the course of these, 5 movies that they had. And it's also the same plot as Lost World. Like, that's why I don't understand. I mean, you had 3 years to make this movie and they just remade the second movie because Lost Worlds, they get the dinosaurs off the island. They come to America.
Yeah.
This is the same thing.
It's like, we really still want to build a park.
I don't know.
How many times have they failed at building a park now? What's the honest tally? Because the first one,
this is 2.
And then the second one was more of the second one they're trying to build a park right off the island.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
In San Diego.
So that failed. And the third one's more of like they're trying to preserve.
Well, there's a kid that got lost on the island with the dinosaurs, and they're trying to find
the rich parents hire them to.
Oh, that's right. They hire Sam Neill. Okay. So that's even more. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Then they did it with Chris Pratt. They failed. So in this one, you can ruin it for me. I don't care. Are they trying to make another? Are they trying to do another?
No.
Okay, good.
I think it would be spoiler free saying the island's in trouble and they need to get the dinosaurs off the island.
Well, somebody is trying to sell the dinosaurs for like military reasons. Like they get like the raptors and the dangerous dinosaurs, and they want to sell them to terrorists, basically, or military organizations to take out people. Yeah, it's just way out of left field.
Oh my lord!
Yeah, it's way out of left field. I don't know.
Newman.
Yeah,
it's all his fault. All Wayne Knight's fault.
He actually survived. That would be the funniest.
It would
twist.
It would
to that movie. You know what I'm talking
with
about?
like a scar on his face.
He's just been
no, he's blind.
The whole time.
No, he's blind, and he has like this horrible beard. And he's like, "It is here."
That would work because he lost a crap ton of weight since then.
Well,
so it looked like he'd been on.
And he's like, he has the white eyes, and there's like a fade to his complexion because he can't,
I thought
would be hilarious.
In the last Jurassic World movie, I loved the fact that B.D. Wong went from the first movie being a good guy to being totally corrupted, the bad guy. I loved that.
Yeah.
But that was one of the few things that stood out because if you remember the first Jurassic Park, people were just going bonkers over, wait a minute, raptors know how to use doorknobs. You know, they got savaged for that. Or no one hears the T-Rex coming at the end. You know, the whole thing is boom, boom. The guy just materializes at the very end. So here we have raptors are trainable. You can like Barbara Woodhouse with a clicker. Sit, stay, walkies. Really?
Well, that's what I was asking about the kid angle, because like my nephew wants to see it. And really the appeal for, you're making a movie to probably be $1 billion movie. You got to appeal all ages. So the families have got to go to see it at least once. But, you know, with the previous Jurassic Parks, I never really felt they were really kid oriented. But I mean, because when I saw the new one, what's it called? This one's called the Fallen King. What's the other one called?
The
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. I was like, man, this is kind of a sad movie because they're showing all these families just get chewed up and thrown around like you know, food, and so that wasn't really a kids' movie.
That's probably what would happen.
Well, what would happen in reality is after Jurassic, the second movie, when the T-Rex hits San Diego and kills like more than 2 people, there's no company in the universe that could have survived that.
Yeah, me too.
Financially, insurance-wise.
Big me too.
There would have been no Jurassic World.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It'd be another movement. What would it be called? Egg 2? What we got? Help me out here. We can be clever about this. Prehistoric 2?
Save the Future Oil? I don't know. I have to think about that one.
You know, why wasn't the first dinosaur called a Dinosaurus? I don't understand that.
What was the first dinosaur?
I don't know. But why wasn't it a Dinosaurus? I don't get it.
It was an Adamsaurus?
I don't know.
An Evasaurus.
Wait, we're running out of time. We gotta.
Yeah, we're gonna push through break here if we can.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we got like less than 10 minutes, so we can just do the interview part if you want.
Okay. Yes, I want to do that.
He's really excited about playing the game too. We'll have you back.
I want to do the game because I got a good one here.
Okay. Yeah, we can do the game. I just want to briefly talk to you. But you got your start. You're born on an Air Force base in Austin here, and you've got just. You've been in a ton of stuff.
Is that my CIA file you got there?
Yeah, I got a ton of stuff.
Lay it on me there.
Okay. Just some of the stuff you've done. I got this off your website. Calling Metropolis. You're on a radio show. It's a live show. The Councilwoman Helen Huey roast.
Oh,
that was a roast.
Yeah,
that was a roast.
I got to roast a councilwoman once upon a time.
Jack Everyman, you wrote the screenplay. You were also starred in that, which I've seen the trailer. So where can I see that movie? Is there anywhere I can see it?
I'll find out. I know it was available on Amazon for a while. I can talk to the distributor and find out where it is. Be advised, I do have a nude scene in that movie. Tastefully done.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it your front or back?
Side.
Ooh, so you get everything.
Well, no, it's you ever see Demolition Man?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
You know the bit where they're waking up Stallone?
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Or every movie like that where they're curled up in a ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Nice.
See, I wasn't supposed to act in it. The director, we were having auditions and I was sitting in on them, and the director, after the auditions, he said, "You have to play Jack." And I'm like, "I don't want to play Jack. There's a nude scene that has to be in there." And he talked me into it. So
that's awesome. You're also a published author as well.
Mm-hmm.
What have you written?
Well, the thing I'm most proud of, I was a best-selling novelist for about 6 hours. Wrote a play a long time ago called Time Crossed, turned into a novel, and that got published. And it came out right. It was a time travel romance, and it came out right around the same time.
You mean this book?
Oh my God, you found it!
Yes. So if you're on Facebook Live, I do have the book right here.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Yeah.
Is it new or used? It looks like it hasn't been.
It's a little bit used, but you got to sign it for me.
I will happily sign it for. Oh my gosh! Look at that. There you go. Oh, see, that's me in the back.
Yeah.
Looking all trying to do that.
What is it? Is that the author pose?
Yeah, you got to do the author pose. It's this.
I mean, my gosh, I know a few people that have written books, but I mean, God, it's 378 pages. I don't even know how you
150,000 words.
I don't even know how you begin to write something that long. I mean, just as
well, it took them like 14 years to write it.
No, what happened was
I made that.
the short story behind Time Crossed is the stage play. I had an idea, and I started writing it. And it's going to sound funny, but metaphorically, the characters started saying, "No, we want to not this story, this other story." And so I wrote. There's a story. There's a scene where you have a man and woman and they're back in time, like in the Ice Age, and he's dying and he's professing his love for her. And I wrote that. I had no context for it. From there, I started writing the play. I was fortunate to have a couple of productions of it here in Houston, did its thing. And my wife at the time, one of my ex-wives, suggested I should turn it into a novel. I'm really good with dialogue, but not with narrative. So I fought her and saying, no, it's a play. I finally decided to start writing it. I wrote the first half of this book, which is a standalone novel, basically act one of the play, and started chopping it. And a science fiction publisher called Edge accepted it. So we went through all the bells and whistles and editing. And right when they were about to print it, they went out of business. So I had the galley and no publisher. So I started all over again. And there was this other publisher called Filbert in Minnesota. And they got hold of it. And she said, we want to publish it. We want to publish it now. They were very hot about it. And I said, well, I've already started writing on the sequel. She's like, how much would the sequel be? And I said, about the same amount. She's like, can you get it finished in time? So the first half of that book took me 3 years to write. The second half took me about a month.
Oh, wow.
Because they wanted they wanted to be a trade paperback, which is bigger than a normal one. And there we go.
Wow.
That's how it came to be.
Well, you've got to come back. We've got to talk more about some of the stuff you've done, but we want to get to this game really fast if we can. Okay, so basically...
Well, I would say no because we have 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes.
So there's really no way to enjoy
No,
it.
this is high energy intensity.
Yeah, rapid fire. We'll just do a rapid fire.
There's no way we're going to be able to do this.
Me and you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the rules of the game are I give you a title, actor, and a location, and you have to make up the movie.
Correct.
Okay. The name of the movie is Baker's Dozen.
Okay.
Starring Peter Dinklage and Marissa Tomei.
Okay.
Takes place in Washington, D.C. during the Cold War.
Okay. All right. And mine for you is the name of it is Coat of Arms. The actor is Robert Stack in an abandoned cheesecake factory. Not cheesecake factory, cheese factory.
I think cheesecake should be stuck.
Cheesecake. Okay.
So Baker's Dozen is a film starring Peter Dinklage and Marissa Tomei, where Marissa Tomei plays a baker who is, it's actually a take on the story of Cinderella. And so she has 12 of little people with the lead played by Peter Dinklage. And it's the Cold War, so you know they're hard to find, I'm assuming. So she's basically, it's the story of Cinderella, just done in the Cold War. She's
Snow White?
And it's a Snow White. I'm sorry. Yeah, Snow White and the 7 little people bakers. And they help her shop. That's what they do.
Well, you totally could have gone like Baker's Dozen is an undercover black op agency. And it's about 12 small people because they're the elite spies.
Well, see, that's better, but you didn't want to play, and we're doing rapid fire. Okay, go.
Okay, so Coat of Arms is a feel-good self-discovery drama starring Robert Stack and Marissa Tomei brought over as his granddaughter. And Robert Stack finds out that he's inherited a Dutch Edam cheese business with a hard shell on it, the coating. And so the metaphor of cutting through the outer shell of the Edam cheese to the soft Edam underneath the wax shell is at the same time his self-discovery journey, his crusty exterior, because he is Robert Stack, he is Elliot Ness.
Yes.
And you get to get down to the gooey center of him where he's a grandpa to Marissa Tomei.
All right.
And there's the gunfight.
With a Tommy gun.
And an overcoat, right?
And an overcoat. Yeah, the trench coat and Tommy gun.
Oh, my
See, Dick, you could have played with us.
Yeah, you could have played. There was time.
Actually, I'll let you go over. So,
okay. Well,
okay.
Sean, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris.
For coming in today. It was great. We've got to have you back. There's so much stuff you've done. We just wasted so much time talking about nonsense. We should have been talking about your stuff. So I definitely want you to come back. We can talk about it. And you got to sign my book. So that's what he's going to do. We'll be back next week. I think Connor's going to be back. So that'll be exciting.
Unless something happens to him and then I can come back.
Yeah, well, he's going to be out in another week.
I kind of want to see if I can track down this Jack movie. So I'll be
Jack Everyman.
Yeah, I want to review it for next.
I've got to have it on disc somewhere. Just I'm still unpacking the house. I'll find you a disc of it.
Awesome.
It's cute. It won an award. So I'm proud of it.
Well, for Dick and Sean, I'm Chris. Thank you for joining us on the Ticket Stub, and we will see you next week.